Mary-Beth.
John? John, is it you?
How the hell are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
You're a rotten man, John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it.
John was working on another video at the Valentine station. Note that this is not the Marston Mondays John. This John has built the ranch and is around 98%. At any rate, it's dusk and John wanted to take advantage of that light for the Instagram when he saw Mary-Beth waiting for a train. Of course, John had to say hello.
Mary-Beth.
John? John, is it you?
How the hell are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
Abigail, is she?
She's well. Jack's growing up.
Sweet boy.
Not anymore. But he's okay. How are you?
I'm well. I write now. Silly romances, but it's fun. Oh, it's such fun.
Do you?
My pen name is Leslie Dupont. Sort of French, sort of ambiguous. Well, the books are unambiguously awful, but they sell.
Good for you.
Great news. John is happy for Mary-Beth, but you know, he does have the Legend of the East outfit. I mean, it's quite an achievement to sit in a beautiful room at a beautiful desk and write a novel, and I hope Mary-Beth used the pen Arthur gave her. But John had to rob 4 shops in one day. John had to win 3 games of dominoes in a row. John faced the legendary Giaguaro Panther and had to pick every plant in the game. Just saying.
I'm so proud.
I still think about you all. That was quite a time.
Yeah. Arthur saved my life before he passed. I don't talk about him much, but I think about him.
Me too. And Dutch?
Ran off someplace.
All aboard.
Such a shame.
Last call.
Oh, anyway, John, I better get on my train. It was really lovely seeing you. Oh, here. It's for you.
Thank you. Take care now.
Bye!
I am happy for Mary-Beth. She looks great, and I'm glad they spoke about Arthur and acknowledged how significant he was in their lives. That feels good. Let's read her book. The Lady of the Manor by Leslie Dupont. Chapter 6. A Twist of the Knife of Time. Susan Grade, the Lady of Leicester, stared at the highwayman, her bosom heaving, her heart pounding in her chest, her flintlock dueling pistol ready to put a bullet clean between his eyes. David Vincent, the infamous Black Knight, the most wanted man in England and France, smiled. He was not nervous. He was never nervous when faced by beauty. The woman's anger and rage excited him. "I'm sorry about your husband, my lady," he said mischievously, "but it was a fair fight." "A fair fight," she gasped. "You shot him in the back." "I never did, but we shall come to that later." He winked at her. She raged, yet even in her anger she felt something else welling up inside her. A pain even worse than grief, a reality that has punished women since the dawn of time. Love. Susan was in love with a murderer. Her husband, bad man that he was, lay not yet cold at her feet, and already she was in love with this black-hearted killer. The feelings were too much for her. She would never admit them to anyone. Vincent, with his infinite reserves of cunning, saw these truths written on her face instantly and knew everything entirely. He smiled. This smile angered her, and she decided at that moment that rather than give in to love, she would fight it. She would destroy David Vincent in order to stop loving him. She looked calmly at her gun. "I am afraid, Mr. Vincent, that I can forgive many things in a man, but shooting people in the back is not one of them," she said calmly. Yet, just at that moment, the moment of truth when a man and a woman stand before each other, there was a shout from outside. Both the widowed lady and the handsome highwayman looked at the door. "This is Her Majesty's police force," said the voice. It was, of course, Mr. Mellon, the dogged, soulless embodiment of all that would crush a person's spirit, the king's worst enforcer, the most hated and feared man in all of England. "Mr. Vincent, if you do not come out from there, I shall kill you and everyone you hold dear." The voice made them both shudder. They knew it to be true. Calmly, David Vincent proved beyond all doubt that, whatever else he may be, he was no gentleman. "Take off your dress," he muttered. "Now?" she gasped. "While my husband is not yet buried and the law awaits outside?" "I will marry you and make a real woman of you yet, my lady," winked the highwayman. "But right now, if we are to escape the gallows, I just need to borrow your dress. Do not worry, I will not look." Quickly, she slipped out of her elegant yellow silk gown and was left humiliated in just her petticoats. The highwayman stole a glance at her beautiful figure, then grabbed the dress. "Madam, drape yourself in this cape while I demonstrate that it is not me that our dear friend Mr. Mellon wants to kill, but you." "Me?" she gasped. "You. With you and your husband dead at my hands, he can install himself as the Lord of Leicester. Your beautiful niece shall become his wife." He spoke, and she saw that he spoke the truth, in the way that people who speak only truth know of truth. "But she hates him," she blustered, her pretty petticoats blowing slightly in the beautiful evening breeze. "All the better. Now watch this," said the handsome highwayman knowingly. While the beautiful and imperious lady shivered in her petticoats, her hair disheveled, her bosom heaving, her spirit unbroken, the handsome highwayman took the dress and put it on a mop that was fortuitously lying nearby. He stuck the mop and dress out the castle's window, so that in the darkening light the mop's hair resembled Susan's own beautiful head of lascivious curls. In the darkened light of night, all that would be seen were the elegant folds of yellow silk from the beautiful gown, standing proud and erect, only not draped across the heaving bosom of Susan Grade, but attached to a mop. At once, 5 shots rang out from below, and the gown was reduced to rags. Vincent turned to our heroine. "Now will you trust me, madam? I am a thief, a murderer, a sinner, and your only hope of survival. Follow me." "I don't believe a word of it," the lady spluttered. But in her heart she knew it was true. England was in the grip of evil. A madness had got the people by the throat, and she, Susan Grade, born a peasant and risen up to a lady of the manor, she whose heart was that of a proud woman who bowed to no man, she must save the nation. To do so, her only hope was to trust this man whom she almost hated as much as she loved. There was no choice. It was that or have her head cut off and give up her family and the manor house. Yet still, part of her wavered. Then a voice from below made her mind up for her. "Is she dead, Vincent?" called out the treacherous police inspector. "I know you're up there. Come out calmly and we can avoid too much further nonsense. I will spare you if you come out forthwith. The king has said I may pardon you if I so choose. Soon this whole castle will be mine." David Vincent smiled and led the lady away across the rooftop of the castle to safety in the islands. And regrettably, it cuts off here. I was enjoying that. A couple things. It feels to me like the handsome highwayman David Vincent is actually based on Arthur. And her protagonist, Susan Grade, Susan Grimshaw, that's no coincidence. Also, we can easily assume that the villain, Mr. Mellon, is based on the odious Pinkerton detective, Andrew Milton. In general, it really feels as if Mary-Beth used her experiences in the gang in this book, as she should. Well done, Mary-Beth. Arthur always liked you and wanted you to succeed. I think he would be proud. I'm Super Antonio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and we shall meet again.
Hello, girl.
Further on down the trail.
do it without you, girl.
Okay, I'll catch you later then.